People, Deluded, I'm back again. Now, we've just defeated Sheffield United, almost forgot their team name, two goals to one. Arsenal 2, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United 1, Arsenal 2. But with that, we might as well review the player ratings. Now, it's a weird game, people, because out of 10, I'd give Arsenal, if I had to collect the team as a whole, I'd give it a 7-8. I'd give it a 7-8. Why I'd remove 3 marks, because I think we conceded a cheap goal, because I think Sheffield United, you know, crossing it early, exploiting set pieces, you know, they scored a goal that was offside from it. Their goal, forgive me if I'm wrong, kind of came from that sort of stuff. You know, I think the warning signs were there, sort of thing, and I think on the whole we defended well, but the warning signs were there, and I didn't think we reacted to that immediately. I also feel we don't shoot enough as a team. We didn't. Like, we had the lion's share of possession, and I think we did well with it. But in the first half, we had 6 shots, 2 on target, 1 was a penalty. So we're not really. We had, you know, I remember Pepe looked bright, like I said. Tierney was good. Saka's always good. I think Xhaka was good as well. But more encouraging performance at fullback, Joe energetic, but I don't think we really did anything with the possession, and you know, you've got to do something with it. I don't really feel it was a game where Dean Henderson had to make numerous saves. Like, I can't tell you, he's conceded 2 goals, so it don't matter, but I can't tell you any spectacular saves he had to make. I think Martinez had a couple of them. So yeah, man, I'll give us a 7 out of 10. I think the 3 at the back worked though, man. I think, you know, when I was looking at it, I thought Tierney would kind of continue what he was doing, in that he was the centre-half / left wing back, and then Saka would support him, sort of thing. But it was Kolasinac as a centre-half, sort of thing. So it was, I think he did well up until the goal. It's not his fault. It's not all his fault. If I watch the sequence of play again, but it's a poor clearance from him. And I think Kolasinac was holding it up in that role, to be fair with you. Yeah, man, I think Pepe and Tierney, if I had to push it, stand-up performances along with Saka. I don't think Joe had the best performance, but I think he put himself about like Maitland-Niles. So in relation to the ratings, I'm going to give Martinez an 8, you know. Again, I don't feel the goal was his fault. He made a couple saves. You know, I was onto him before he, you know, when Leno was our first choice keeper and stuff like that, I was onto him about his distribution. I think I don't know if it's a case of working with Emre and Arteta and, you know, trying to get in the team and improve, because that's what they demand. But he looked comfortable on the ball today. He took no risk, you know. I mean, the only thing that scared me a bit when Dean Henderson took that long, quick goal kick, you know, you know, before your brain registers, I thought that was in. I was like, right, like, this is what we're really on, Arsenal. But yeah, man, I give Martinez an 8. Holding, I think a 6 is a cool result for Holding, you know, when he came off the bench. I think a 6 is calm. I think a 6 is calm for Luis for when he was on as well. You know, I was going to give Kolasinac a 7, but I'm going to give a 6 because I'm going to take away a point because of the clearance. Like, it's not just his fault. Like I said, if I watch the goal again and watch the sequence of play which led to the goal, it tells a full story. But I just feel Kolasinac was really doing well as part of that back 3, really impressing me. And I just feel that's the one sort of stain on his performance, in that he's playing well, he's clearing it well, he's making the right decisions, but that clearance just wasn't good enough, sort of thing. Do you get it? It was a cheap one to concede, really. So I'm going to give him a 6. I feel Kola had a decent game, really. Mustafi, if I haven't said, 6. Tierney, I'm going to give a 9. You know, I'm going to give a 9 to Tierney. I think Tierney, I couldn't ask him to do more. I think he did very well today, and I'm sure you lot will agree. Maitland-Niles, I'm going to give him a 7 because I think he did alright. It weren't amazing. Couple stray passes. Decision making needs to be there, but that's all we want. It's not that that's all we want from our fullback, but we want, when the ball goes to our fullback, he doesn't need to be Dani Alves or Marcelo, but he needs to look like he can do a thing in the final third, and I think he did. And it's no cool. Listen, I don't think you should, because I think with football, when players aren't doing well, there are variables. Like, if you're a winger and you ain't got overlapping right back, or, you know, we say a lot about Pepe, or, you know, people at United say Pogba needs this and that to shine. Ozil, for historically, needs this and that and needs to be the free man in the team. Do you get it? All the system and all the accessories players need to bang. I believe in a lot of that, people, and I feel sorry for Pepe, because in the last game, statistically, Bellerin only passed to him twice. But I do feel at the same time there's a lot Pepe needs to do. And I think he's got, what, 16, 17, 18 goals and assists sort of contributions. So there is something in that player. But I think it's no coincidence that toss up between him, Tierney, and maybe some others, that he's the best player on our field when he's got a fullback that he has a decent understanding with, that has a willingness to overlap, that actually wants the ball, because he goes pretty narrow like Bellerin. I don't know if Arteta's telling him that, but Maitland-Niles might not be perfect and he might lose the ball and stuff, but he genuinely wants it, and for me, more importantly, feels comfortable, and it allows Pepe to, if he wants to stay out wide, stay out wide. But like you typically see, he wants to be in that sort of half it's not exactly being in the box sort of thing. He likes to come inside it, but it's not exactly coming inside. It's not exactly, you know, holding the touchline. It's that inside sort of middle range. That's what Pepe likes to do, and then come inside and do his thing. And is it any coincidence? Okay, he scored, but it was a penalty, and the assist, you know, he got an assist. But is it a coincidence that if you take away the goals and assists, I'm sure you'd all say Pepe looked decent today, because he's got an attacking fullback. So I'm gonna give Maitland-Niles a 7. I'm going to give Xhaka a 7 as well. I think Xhaka was good today. I think, you know, a couple straight passes in the second half when we started falling off and lapses in concentration. But I think he was good, like against Southampton, man. You know, he put himself around. He tried to contribute going forward. He barely brought a foot wrong, really. So I'm going to give Xhaka a 7. I'm going to give Saka an 8. It's boring talking about Saka, man. Saka was putting himself about today. Playing more as a centre mid, I'd say, today. Like, rather than the wing back or the sort of 10 role. Playing more as an actual centre mid today. I think he did well, so I'll give him an 8, sorry. Joe Willock, I'll give a 6. I think, you know, he would have got a 7. Bit tired out a bit, let the game pass him a bit in the second half before he was subbed, in my opinion. Decision making and quality on the ball needs to improve from Joe, but that being said, there were some moves he was part of. For me, he was just making himself a nuisance. He was working hard, he was putting himself around. I think Joe did alright today. Not the perfect of games, but Joe did alright to grab a 6, man. Lacazette, I give a 6. I think his hold-up playing things were decent. It's clearly not of the standard we've become accustomed to with Lacazette of previous campaigns, but he did alright. I did think he kind of, like Joe, got tired towards the end, but I think he did what he could. I think Eddie gets a 6 as well because he looked decent. I'm going to give Ceballos, well, he's actually marked here as a 7, but I'm going to give him a bonus point. I think he looked alright when he came on in the couple of minutes he got. Obviously, he showed some composure to score that goal. Now, there was a lot of fortune with that, and I'm sure Dean Henderson will not be happy with that goal. Well, it is what it is in that regards. I don't feel Socrates was on the field long enough, realistically, to rate. I hope I haven't missed out any players, people. I don't think I have. But if I have, apologies, because they've clearly not done anything of relevance. But in relation to the player ratings, people, that's me, you know. Like, I'm not gonna bore you lot. That's my ratings. I feel, oh shit, how? I didn't even say Nicolas Pepe, people. Imagine. I'm gonna give Pepe a 9. I didn't even say Pepe. I'm gonna give Pepe a 9. I think it was an encouraging game. I think without the goals and assists, he'd still have a claim, and I think between him and Tierney, you know, I think they were the best players on the field for me, really, and Saka with a toss-up. I feel he put himself around today. Obviously, he got a goal from a penalty, he got an assist, but I think without that, you know, he looked like someone that was genuinely going to make things happen, and that's what you want to see, man. And you're hoping to see more from Pepe in the games that are left. You're hoping to see more from Pepe with that year's experience next season, people, because he's one of the players we want to look at to be a star. What I liked about Pepe as well, and I didn't mention it in my match review, and you know, he's signed to score goals, assists, do that superstar stuff. But one thing I like, he was fucking working hard, tracking back. You could hear Mikel Arteta saying, yes, Pepe, sort of thing. And I think that's one thing Pepe didn't necessarily buy into, because I don't know how much he had to do that at Lille, but I think that was an issue he had. And I think Arteta kind of spoke about that he wants to see more defensively when he was starting Nelson ahead of him. What was it, against Chelsea or one of them games there? And I think he's reacted. I think he's starting to understand what the Premier League is about and what's required. But I think he had a good game defensively today. Obviously, it's nice to see his numbers get inflated with obviously him contributing today as well. All in all, decent performance today, man. We weren't appalling, but there just was, it was actually quite positive. I feel quite positive. There was just the same little things we can improve. Obviously, managing the game a bit better. We're 2 minutes odd from the game ending, and you know we're kind of allowing them half chances and catching life. We kind of needed to not do that, innit? For me as well, we had a decent amount of possession today, but we didn't really make Dean Henderson work. We didn't score enough goals. We didn't really make Dean Henderson work today too many times with efforts, really. You know, and obviously, yeah, there's a couple things we could have done better. Of course, like I said, mainly dealing with crosses and set pieces, game management, and just scoring goals. The same things I find myself saying all the time in Arsenal's things, but you know, it's 2 games this week. We've had a tough FA Cup game against a Sheffield United team, you know, who's doing good in the league. You know, we've obviously got back to winning ways domestically in the league. We've obviously beaten Southampton. So I can't complain too much, people. We walk away with a decent weekend. We move forward to Wednesday now. There's no time. The games are done now. Move forward to Wednesday against Norwich. You know, they put in a good show against United. They do the same thing. They can cause issues for us at the Emirates. So We'll speak about that one day when it comes. But for now, in relation to my player ratings, I'm done. Football's a subjective sport, so you know how I see the game is different from yours. That being said, I'd love to see your comments. I'd love to see your ratings, so please comment them if you can. Please like and subscribe, of course. Most importantly, please continue to stay in good health, and we'll buck up again and we'll be here again doing this. But for now, people, DG, I'm out.